When should you contact somebody you don't know? There's a lot of different situations for this, but we're going to use being in a restaurant tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jeff Gamble. I've got a background in traditional business. I also am a former network marketer, put a lot of people in the industry, and I'm currently a speaker, sales trainer, and coach with John C. Maxwell. And tonight we're going to focus on this one thing. When is a good time, or when should you, contact somebody you don't know at a restaurant, for instance? And the first thing is if you don't know the basics and you haven't been through the basics and you're used to contacting people you do know, contacting somebody you don't know, you kind of sound like a babbling idiot usually, because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to talk to them and you're going to say way too much. And what I was taught is always pre-qualify somebody. And the easiest way to pre-qualify somebody is to start out with form. Family, occupation, recreation, the message. You're going to hear this a lot. Family, occupation, recreation, and the message, the money, or the motivation. There's those three depending on who they are. I changed the F to friendly because I think if you start talking to somebody about their family right away, that freaks people out. Now that might have been common when form was developed. But I've noticed lately, if you say, hey, how many kids do you have? People get a little freaked out on that, so I don't do that. I just ask, hey, how's your day going? And for instance, let's say you're at a restaurant. You sit down. The waiter or waitress is sharp. You just got out of your event, which happens all the time. You get out of your event, and then you go have coffee. You get out of your event, and you go have pancakes, which I think is ironic because some of you are in fitness companies, and you go out and eat like shit after a fitness competition. I mean, it's weird, but if you do that, don't do that. Teach people how to eat right. If you're in a beauty company, I guess it doesn't matter. But that's beside the point. But I see that happen a lot. Let's go eat pancakes right after we get done talking about weight loss. And actually, that's a fucking great idea. I mean, take everybody out, make them fat, put them on the product, make them lose weight. I mean, it's a great idea. So if you're in a fitness company, I'm just making fun because I just talked to a friend of mine and we were talking about losing weight. So back to the message. When should you contact somebody you don't know? Waiter or waitress. They walk up. Hey, how's your night going? That's how form starts. Hey, how's your night going? It looks, and if it's busy, it looks busy. State the obvious. If it's slow, have you guys been slow all night? Hopefully not. And then they're going to tell you. Now, that is not the correct time to pitch your opportunity. And this is where I see new people fuck up all the time, is they'll start right in and try to, let's get them. And the new person is always the first person to talk. For those of you who don't know, shut the up when your upline is sitting there. And the upline wants to tell you this. And, when I say your upline, your support team, if you're sitting with your support team, here's your basic job. Sit there with a notebook and listen to them talk and ask questions. And I would take notes because the people who are making money, make sure you're sitting with somebody who's, not just upline support team, but upline support team that's making money. You want to get around the people that are driving the nice car, paid part of the program. You want to get around the people that are traveling and speaking. You want to get around whoever the speaker is. That is the person that you're trying to get around. Now, if you haven't been able to do that yet, that's fine. Some meetings, end and that person leaves. But whoever is that person, you want to sit there and watch how they do it. In fact, that would be a great thing to ask them is say, hey, how do you contact somebody like this walking up to the table? That would be and watch and listen. But don't be the new person that tries to show off and be like, oh my gosh, we just got into this great company. You see all these people here? All these people are with this group and blah, 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 blah. What happens if in the past that group of people hasn't tipped anybody? What happens in the past if that group of people complains about all their food or stuff like that? You shot yourself in the foot right away. Here's how to do it. Start off friendly. State the obvious. How's everything going tonight? Then I start asking kind of questions. I said, you're not the manager here? And they're like, no, the manager's over there. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. And then you get your order in and they probably come back, get your drink. And, I just try, it's friendly. Normally they're busy. If they're not busy, you can take up more time. If they are busy, cut it short, real short. Here's my order. I was like, so is this full-time or part-time for you? Because it's kind of late. That's kind of what I would say. And people will just tell you, oh no, I just do this part-time. Oh, okay. Are you in school? What else do you do? And they're like, well, blah, 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 blah. I'm just making, and here's the thing. If they're standing right here, I might be checking my phone. I got my phone here. I might be looking at my phone. This is a contact on the back of my phone, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. There's a business card. That's another person that I need to contact because I did this. So I might be looking at my phone, and I might look up and I said, so, is this full-time or part-time? And I'm kind of checking my phone. I'm not, like, staring them down right across. You get right in their face, and that freaks people out. Don't do that. You're not sitting across the table trying to get them to sign up right here. You're just trying to build a little rapport. How are you? What's going on? Do you do this full-time? If you find out that they do something else full-time, and this is their part-time job, then here's stating the obvious. They're working a lot of hours. They're on their feet. They're probably tired. They probably don't love what they're doing, but they're doing it why? Money. That's why people work so hard. That's what a lot of people work second jobs, not because they're bored, but because they need more money. More money for what? More money for a new car, more money to go to school, more money for, their kids, more money for taking a trip. All the things that we're trying to pull out of them anyway, you can find all that stuff out ahead of time. You don't want to try to sponsor them and then be like, and now what do you want? I want to sponsor them and be like, now I'm going to help you get what you told me you wanted. So that's a lot easier. So from there, I get done with my meal. Done. And if it's busy, it's got to be quick. If it's not busy, I can take a little bit more time. But here's what I'm just telling you what I do. I pay my bill, I might go up to the counter, pay my bill, and I usually have to come back to put the tip because I always give a tip in cash. Now, why do I always give a tip in cash? Well, first of all, if you know how the economy works, I need to say this the right way because I'm being filmed. Waiters and waitresses like cash. Let's just leave it at that. And here's the thing. If you're walking up to them and giving them a shitty tip, they're probably not going to be as interested in talking to you. So I became a really big tipper. Why? Because if you're in the service industry and you're a big tipper, people remember you. Now, I might go in, if I know I'm there every week, I might tip consistently 2 or 3 times to get people's attention. And the next time I come in, it's funny who gets their order first. It's funny who gets their food on time. It's funny who gets all that stuff put together. Like right away, they're there. Hey, how are you? In fact, I have waiter and waitresses that know they remember my name. Now, they might not they're like, oh, you're the soccer guy that always wears soccer stuff. I'm like, yeah. They kind of will try to chat with me because they want me in that section because I tip well. If you tip shitty and you don't understand that they're in the service business and they make like $2.16 an hour or some ridiculous amount of money, they make all their money off of tips. And people say, well, I don't like tipping. That's fine. Get out of network marketing. Because you're in a service-based industry. The idea is give, and then they'll give back. At the very end, I might tip the last time, and let's say I'm going to say it's busy. I'll say, look, this is a totally random, really weird question, but I was just thinking, obviously, we're with a group of people here and everything like this, but I had to ask, do you keep your options open to do anything outside of working here? Now, did I say I work with XYZ company? No. Did I use the name of the company? No. Did I say, are you interested in making a lot more money? No. Did I say, are you interested in a business opportunity? I don't use the words money. I don't use the words business. I don't use the word my wife and I are working on this thing. I say, are you open to doing anything outside of working here? I didn't say part-time, I didn't say full-time, are you open to doing anything outside of here? And they usually say, well, what exactly do you guys do anyway? I say, look, you're at work. Right now isn't really the right time. I wanted to give you, your tip, and here's your tip. And here's a business card. Put your number on the back of this. I'll text you sometime, and I'll get you the information. That's it. Put your name and number on the back of this business card, and I will text you when you're not at work. It's kind of a company rule. I just use this as a company rule. I don't contact people while they're at work because you're already doing a job here, and I don't want to take away from what you're doing because we like to come in here. So that's it, guys. I appreciate everybody for watching this. Share this video with somebody who needs it. Like this video, and get to it. Go contact some new people. Use this. Try it out, and tell me how it works. Thanks.